Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Gunpowder Banter. I'm your host, Casey Gwe, and joining me as always, Femi Talabi, our long lost friend, Oshoke, and our tactical genius and mastermind, and Kana Diego Simeon lover, aka Dizzle. Thank you for joining us on this.
Don't forget King of Comedic Relief.
That enter punchline, but I guess you're slacking there. Yeah, but we're always happy to have you guys join us another episode. Thank you for your time. So let's jump right in. Newcastle. I don't know. For me, watching the game, I had a little bit of excitement in me in the first half. It was kind of different to watch Arsenal play this way. Like Femi said, handbrakes off. It felt a little bit different from the last few games we've played this season. And you can definitely tell that there was a certain element of the players kind of gelling together. Like it was an improvement.
You mean certain element of creativity in the game?
The Eze effect. So what do you think? But before, so Newcastle, so just reading a little bit of the stats, it's always tough going to St. James Park. We know that, right? Mm-hmm. It's always been a struggle. And even going into this game, thinking about the injuries we have. I know Eze coming into the lineup, the whole Odegaard effect, and everyone's like, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen there. But Newcastle away. What do you think, Oshoke? Do you think that Arteta vindicated himself? Or what are your thoughts?
Yes. Oh, so Newcastle away? Mm-hmm. I mean, we knew it was going to be tough. I didn't know what to expect now that Isak is gone, but the lineup definitely didn't make me too worried. The lineup was better than I've seen over the last few weeks, so. My expectation was actually pretty good before the game and for the first 9 minutes.
Okay. So, Femi, looking at the lineup, any surprises? Were you surprised that Mosquera started, even though Saliba was played? He played earlier in the week. And, what else do we have? We have Trossard that came in. I don't know if that's kind of a surprise or we expected that. I think it was fine. Calafiori maintained his position. And then, of course, Eze came in there for Odegaard. What do you think about the lineup? Would you have done it differently?
No,
would you have played Marino?
Over the past few weeks, right? It's kind of like I wake up on if game is Saturday morning or game is Sunday morning. I wake up in the morning, and I'm a little relaxed, but then I'm like, I'm waiting for that 90-minute mark before the game to see what the lineup is, because I'm like, what is this crazy man going to do this week? And then I saw the lineup and I was like, okay, not bad. I can live with this. Like, no square pegs and round holes. Everybody's playing in their position. Mm-hmm. Mosquera, I don't know. I wouldn't call it a surprise, but if Saliba is fit, you want Saliba starting. But he's shown through performances through the first 5 games in the season that he's worth his weight. He's a very able deputy. So if we're trying to manage Saliba's injury, him coming back, and not trying to put too much on it, which was the story behind him not starting, I'm cool with that too. And once you bring Eze in to play the 10, then there's no option but to put Trossard on the left, right?
There are other options.
The option is
That's
Martinelli, but he's a better sub, based on what we've seen, and so I was cool with that. I was cool with the starting lineup. So it's kind of like, for the first time I saw the lineup and then I was calm and I was like, okay, now I can actually enjoy watching this game. Like you see the starting lineup and then you start watching the game, because it's kind of like this guy has set us up negatively and it's going to be a terrible game. But it was like, okay, now maybe I can actually enjoy this. Except, like you said, it's Tyneside, Newcastle away, pretty much one of the hardest places to go to, I would say, after Anfield, to go and play in the Premier League, right? I would say Anfield, and then St. James Park is probably the second most difficult place, not just for us, but for most people in the league. The atmosphere in that place is crazy and everything. So even though I was okay with the lineup, I was like, it's still Newcastle away. They've been a kind of a bogey team for us over the last couple of seasons. So it was just, let's see how this plays out now, because at least we're attacking. We're going this with a positive mindset at least. Handbrakes off.
Handbrakes off, indeed. Tactical genius, Diesel. That with the way we started the game, was it different from how we typically play with the 2-8s? Do you think that the Eze, because it seemed to me like Eze was playing very close to Gyökeres, right?
Yeah, so
Almost like a 10.
Well, yeah, he basically was the 10. So it looks like we started off with the double pivots came back into play, because you had Rice and Zubi, in the middle, and then you had Eze being able to, giving enough license to roam around the area. So sometimes you would see him, coming to pick up the ball from the two DMs other end, or he would be right next to Gyökeres, almost like it's like a support striker in support striker role. So it's kind of hard for Newcastle to pinpoint where he would be. So if you notice, he was getting into like great positions at the edge of the box, and that was where he was hitting them with shots, and that's what I like to see. I mean, this is a game that we've been expecting Arteta to play the whole season. Like, what's the point of getting somebody like Eze and then putting him on the left? You're basically just curtailing all his attacking flair. So I like the fact that he went bold and he went brave, and he put him in the middle, let him play, gave him license to roam. He trusted his defenders and his defensive midfielders to mop up anything that was happening. I mean, we kind of expected the game to be tight in the middle. That's our bogey team. I mean, we haven't beaten them in I think 3 years now. Yeah, we haven't beaten them 3 years, so it was always going to be a tough game. I would not have been surprised to see Merino. I told you guys, if Odegaard is not fit, I feel like Merino will show up in this lineup. And I mean, credit to where credit is due. He opted for Eze in the middle.
I think when he made that bold announcement to say handbrakes off, I knew Merino was not starting. That's pretty much what he meant.
Well, I know you speak Artetaese, but because
think about it.
I was expecting to see him there.
No, from the previous game to this game,
he
what was
can't
the difference?
promise us. Yeah, he can't promise us handbrakes off and then put Merino in.
Yeah, that was the only difference from the previous game to this game.
Arteta likes to troll people. I think he likes to troll people too. So I wouldn't have been surprised. But I'm obviously we're very happy that he did not opt for that option. What I would say is, man, to show you how stacked we are, this Waneri could not even make the squad.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you about that. Yeah. He traveled. It's not like he's injured too, because he traveled with the team.
He's not injured.
Didn't make the spot. Yeah. I bet you had the little kid.
We're using star players as mascots now. That's how stacked we are.
One more thing on the lineup. And speaking of credit where credit is due, did you notice Eze being the trigger for the press?
Oh yes,
at certain times.
Yeah.
Did you expect that?
No,
because I was shocked by that. I was like, oh, okay. He's actually going there and he's triggering, and then they're actually following him, kind of like the same thing Odegaard would do.
So we can't even use that excuse of, Odegaard is the trigger for the press anymore, because now this guy is actually doing the same thing. So I think ideally I would love to see both of them start.
So it begs the question: how do you start them if you play them tactically? How do you start both of them?
You play them as 2-8s. You play them as 2-8s, and you probably
and then would you start at the base?
You probably play Declan Rice as a base, as a 6.
But I also think that Zubi is due for a rest. I mean, he's been running almost 90 minutes. Well, apart from this game, but he's been running around all our games so far. So it's not a bad shout, but I think that it also depends on the opposition, right?
Yeah, it's a match. It's a matchup thing if you want to play them both. But if Arteta plays them both,
Rice
that's going to be that's going to be
yeah, he can't do it
it is not defensive enough. He doesn't have enough of an anchor defensively there to trust both of these guys, right?
No, but Rice is there.
Maybe there's a specific opposition that can kind of make it work. I don't see it happening this season. I honestly don't, and that's me being honest with you.
It would have to be like maybe League Cup opposition or FA Cup type matches. With
maybe depending on the position. Because if you, the good thing about Rice is that he's like he's able to mop up, right? So if you think you're gonna have more than you're gonna dominate the game massively, and you don't have runners in the other team that can break, then maybe it gives him leeway in terms of playing both of them. Because there has to be a way.
Do you remember that
them.
fast break that Rice chased dude down and mopped that up?
Yeah, but that's what Rice does. Rice does that, and he does that well.
He's deceptively fast. People don't really associate him with being fast.
What he doesn't do is break up play. Not as well as
Zubimendi.
Right, and so it's kind of like, do you want him running back and chasing people down, or do you want him breaking up play so that it doesn't even start in the first place?
That's why I say you can't do that for a strong midfield. If you're playing a strong midfield, you can't do that.
Maybe if you play, because one of the reasons why Rice, that 6 is because Calafiori was running up, right? And Rice kind of sitting as the second or the third defender whenever he goes on his escapades. Calafiori goes on his escapades. So
in that
maybe
case,
if you
would
play
you change the
Lewis,
left back?
Maybe play Kelly, have a more traditional left back.
Kelly runs up too. I don't know that he does it any less than Calafiori.
But he's more conservative in his running up. I mean, don't you see where sometimes you're scoring a goal?
Goes into the midfield more than Calafiori goes to the top 9.
To the attack. He's in the box. Sometimes in front of Gyökeres. So, but anyway, it's satisfying to see certain things happening for us this season. All right. Look at injuries. Look at how we've started the season. Last year was crazy with the red cards, the injuries. But this year, we're able to muster a first 11 and even a backup bench that is pretty strong. And looking at the next games that are coming, maybe we'll talk about this a little bit later. But looking at the next games that are coming, it seems like, I don't know what you guys think, the first couple of games we've played this season, they've only scored three goals against us. We have the free kick from Liverpool, which was a crazy free kick. And then we have what's the second goal? Man City, right?
Man City,
and then you have this
that
one.
Was a good one.
And then Newcastle.
Yeah. So
set piece,
defensively, we're still solid. And you look around the league, of course, this week's results really played in our hand. And for the first time in the last couple of years, we've been able to capitalize. Because quite honestly, I didn't watch this game live. And I was nervous to check anything social media until I sat down and actually put my eyeballs on the game start to finish. But I was kind of nervous just given our last couple of, what happened to us last year, where every single time we had an opportunity to capitalize on Liverpool's loss, we threw it away.
We didn't do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So is there any level of confidence? I know I said last week that it's still early doors, but is there any level of confidence it gives you? Because we needed this. And I don't think that if we won this game, I don't know, 2-0, 4-0, the effect is not the same like the way we won. We were down. We fought to the end, equalized, and came back.
Yeah, it's more of the fact that we had the character to win this kind of way, in spite of all the things that came across us, and that's like you say, that's the hallmark of champions.
Yeah, we need to talk about all those other things that came though.
All those hallmarks.
We'll get to that.
We'll get.
So let's kind of maybe talk a little bit chronologically in the game about the game. The game started, of course, we expected within the first few minutes, Joe Linton was about to take Saka out of this globe with that tackle and didn't get a card.
Dude,
and I think it's symptoms of especially Guimaraes.
Right. It was clear they wanted to play physical, and the referee was letting them do whatever they wanted.
Yep.
I think that this was a very underperforming. I don't like to talk referees, right? But it kind of goes without saying that on a game like this, you have to talk about the referees. So before we get
I like to talk. You don't like to talk referees. I love talking referees.
I like to protect them. They're a protected species.
See,
here's the thing. Go ahead, Namdi.
Now I'm gonna say like I don't like talking about referees only because I feel like we don't do enough to negate their influence on the game. Like
Why should
every
we have
time.
to?
No, what I'm saying is
No,
like
you should.
the game we play is always built on fine margins. You're not gonna win the league on fine margins. You have to create space between you and your opposition every single time by multiple goals. If you're going to score one goal every single game with PGMOL, nah, it's not going to happen. You're not winning this league.
You're not ready.
Namdi, you are talking logic. We are fans. We think
I
with our
know,
hearts.
I know.
It's the heart. It's the
Are
heart
we-
more than anything else, though.
Are we
Unless you're
biased
Man U.
though? Are we biased?
Uh,
I mean, I know we personally I watch mostly only Arsenal games, but I just feel like penalties don't give us like I was even surprised that they didn't give Gabriel that penalty. I don't know if you're supposed to slide with
That
your hands
surprised
on
me
your side.
actually, and I was surprised that
But-
we got the initial call for our penalty.
no, but I feel like if they had given us that penalty, our first penalty, our penalty against Newcastle,
the Gabriel
they would
slider.
have definitely given that Gabriel one.
I agree.
That's
I
what-
agree. I agree. I agree 1,000%. Here's what I'm gonna say. I watch a lot of games too, right?
Mhm.
It's a miracle that we got to game 6 in the league before the referee became the major story, right? It's been lineup, we've been talking
Fair
Arteta,
point.
we've been talking everything. This is not always the case for us. Like, so for me, it's actually an improvement that we're getting to game 6 before we actually start talking about the referees. In my opinion, with all the football I watch, Premier League refereeing is easily the worst in all of Europe.
The
Mhm.
worst.
Easily. And you would think VAR is supposed to come in and make it better, but it has only made it worse. And here's how it goes. There is a decision that they have decided that is what the decision is going to be, regardless of the facts, regardless of the data, regardless of the replay, whatever the case may be. It could be the side of the bed the referee woke up on. It could be the side of the bed the VAR woke up on. It could be agenda. It could be whatever. Jared Gillett is a Liverpool fan, and so he doesn't want us to win. I don't know what it is, but for whatever reason, all that happens is they'll decide this is what it's going to be, and they will find whatever they can use to justify that, and then they make that decision, whether it is on field or whether it is with VAR or without VAR. The facts don't matter. The data, the rules, whatever it is that we want to go by, all that stuff doesn't matter. They make whatever decision they want to make, and then they go with it.
It's the inconsistency.
They protect themselves by saying that whole clear and obvious.
Right.
That thing irks the hell out of me.
Was it clear and
Because
obvious
that
for them
just-
to
that's a-
overturn the
that's a-
referee's decision on the
Because
penalty?
it's a cop out for all these stupid
And
decisions.
for a league that takes in so much money, right? You expect that this is like the creme of the crop. This is the epitome of soccer. So they should invest to make it enjoyable for people. It should be fair. If you're going to introduce VAR, let it actually do what it's supposed to do, right? Versus creating more controversy. Like, let's go back to the Gyökeres decision. From what I understand about VAR, is that the ruling on the field stands unless there's a clear and obvious reason why it should be overturned. So, of course, it's penalty. There was a tackle. It's reviewable, right? But I think we all heard what they were saying during the coverage. Is like VAR, when they call the referee, whatever his name is, Mr. I don't like Arsenal.
Gillett.
Yes.
Gilet.
I don't like Arsenal.
So talk me through that. Like, what was Femi? Talk me through that.
He made his decision on the field, which was the right decision. Anybody who wants to look at me and tell me that Pope got a touch on the ball, did you see that in lifetime? Because the ball did not change direction enough for anybody to think that anything happened.
They were
whatever.
looking to see it.
Correct,
They were
but
looking to see-
whatever.
Yeah, go ahead.
He makes the decision, right? And then he goes to VAR and he's trying to stand by his decision. And literally, Darren England is in his ear like, guy, I'm telling you, this thing cannot be penalty. This thing cannot be penalty. And he's like, no, he touched the ball. And then Gillett is telling him, But even if he touched the ball, he still took the guy out. He could have gone to go and get the ball to go and play it. He said, no, he touched the ball. He got a touch. He got a touch. He got a touch. And that's what John Champion kept saying on the commentary. Like, because they had access to the VAR audio, and he was literally telling him that the VAR essentially had to walk him through it. They tried to stare him multiple times until they made the decision that they wanted to get to. That's crazy.
Gilles is not the bad guy.
That is literally re-refereeing the game, which is the one thing that they told us that we're not supposed to see.
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
Only with Arsenal.
When Saliba headbutted that Brighton guy and touched the ball, what did he say? He said it's a forward action.
Right.
Is he not supposed to go for the ball too? And
now I've heard his foot was planted.
His foot was planted. Oh my God.
What does that have to do with anything?
Right. What does he have to do with anything?
He took him out, period.
The point is, could Gyökeres have gone to get the ball and put it in the back of the net? The answer is yes.
Yes.
And the Pope prevents him from doing that? Yes. Therefore, penalty. End of story.
And guess what? When they called the penalty, who had possession? Saka.
Right.
No, but
then they give drop ball.
I think the drop ball rule is like for anything in the penalty box, automatically is dropped to.
No, I mean I get that, but I'm saying, if this was going to happen, then why didn't you just let the play continue and see what happens?
Because we had advantage. That one is too big now. Come on.
I'm just saying.
Everybody had already stopped playing at that point.
No, I agree. I'm just saying, if you're going to do that and then eventually you turn the ball over to the other team when we had possession, it makes no sense.
So no, but one last thing. In my opinion, the Gabriel one in the second half was actually a penalty. It should have been.
I believe so too.
His hands were very high. The whole point of that rule,
the proximity though.
Chill. The whole point of that rule is, are you making yourself bigger? And the answer is yes. He did make himself bigger in that situation, and he blocked the ball. But they wanted to do a Juro Council for us, and that's the reason why they didn't give that.
Yeah,
because
that should have got chewed out at halftime. Like that was a wrong.
But Femi, theirs to me is more of a PK than ours, because you can argue that proximity-wise, how is he going to get away from? He's doing a slide tackle.
He couldn't put his hands down, but his hands shouldn't have been there.
How are you? If you're already on the floor sliding, you're going down like this. Your hands are going to be up. One has to come down to brace your fall.
Out
right?
of every 10 slide tackles, your hand is up very few times.
No, but that is the mistake. You are talking about intent. It's not never. Listen, if I am a defender and an attacker is with the ball in the penalty box, and I attempt to make a tackle, but he's too quick and he moves the ball away and I get his leg, it's a penalty. My intent was to get the ball. I could have gotten the ball. He was too quick for me, and so therefore that's why I got his leg. That's a penalty. Intent has nothing to do with it.
No, I get that.
It's about the fact of whether you get an advantage from it or not. And the advantage there was he made himself bigger and he blocked the cross as a result. Illegally with his arm. That's a penalty.
I'm just watching it again, but it looks like it hits him first.
The rule is that if it hits any part of your body and body first, your arm,
yes. I'm just watching it again.
It cannot be a penalty. Yeah. So they know that. So if it was, trust me, if it was straight up, he hit his hand, they would have pointed to the spot.
I think that was the question: was that did he hit his leg on his
They had to look, and there was a deflection. That was why. So that's why I say theirs is a stonewall penalty compared to ours.
Yeah, no, I that one is definitely arguable, but I think compared to the Gyökeres one, it's not. It pales in comparison in terms of the level of complexity of award versus not, because like you said, it clearly hits it clearly hits another part of his body first. So you can argue that. I think if it's given, we review, we'll be like, come on, man. It hit him first, but you can also see why it would have been given.
Right. Yeah.
Right. But with the Gyökeres when I think that should have been given. There's no ifs and ands or buts about it. It should have been given. So generally about the refereeing, any other thoughts about Mr. Gilles and his handling of the game?
He was just bad.
Yeah, it was a very poorly refereed game.
Yeah.
He allowed the game to get away. Yeah.
he let a lot of things go. He let a lot of fouls go.
Did you see all those fouls on Gyökeres?
Yeah,
Is it the
man.
one
No,
where they
no
literally
card,
grab
nothing.
no card?
Not even a whistle.
And then he now gives Calafiori a yellow card for something less egregious than the other things that have been happening throughout the whole game. Thankfully,
Yeah.
that was the only card we had.
It's one of those things where the referee feels. I don't think he's a bad guy or he's trying to do something. It's one of those things where
It's a home
he doesn't want to seem like he's
being.
he doesn't want to feel like he's being influenced by players complaining or stuff like that. But the truth of the matter is that game was too physical and he let too many things go.
Mhm.
And then you're kind of surprised with the way the game goes. He's a bad referee. I'm sorry.
And I think after we lost the appeal for the penalty, you could see like the momentum swung to their to Newcastle's
of course.
in Newcastle's favor. And
That's not. They
then-
got a new pep in their
and
step.
then cue the goal.
But
Yeah.
so let's kind of talk through some other actions in the game. Trossard had that miss. He hit the bar. That was
He
a
should be
good. That was a
scoring
good
that.
chance.
He should
Yes,
be
he
should.
scoring that.
He
He should
should be.
definitely be scoring
should
that.
be.
He had the
Yeah.
whole goal to shoot at. I don't know why he went for the near post.
I mean, that angle is not the most.
Yeah, it's not the
easiest-
easiest
to shoot from.
but he should be
Femi,
scoring
it's
that.
harder for you to hit the near post than to hit the far post at that from that angle.
It looks like he slices the ball a little bit.
Yeah, he slices
Yeah.
it. He
Yeah,
does slice
so-
it.
Unless
yeah,
maybe
with
I
power.
guess he didn't get enough connect. I mean, he didn't hit the bar pretty hard, so he got connection.
Yeah, he sliced it with power.
He
but
sliced
still,
it.
he should be
Because he
scoring
went
that.
with his laces, right? So I think it sliced a little bit. Then we had the one Saka also where he took on the right back, went in, kicked the ball, got punched out for a corner.
I think
Yeah.
Saka
Pope had a
Saka
good
is,
game.
He did.
and
Yeah, Pope had a good
so
game.
I think this is the type of game where we want to see, where
The easy volley,
where our possession actually leads to shots, and the keeper is actually working for it. Like it's been a while since we've had this type of game where keeper
Make the
is
keeper
making
work.
save after save after save,
Mhm.
and defenders are blocking shots here and there. It's been a while. Usually it's like
Mhm.
sterile possession, and then maybe one shot here and there. But
Right, and that was the most impressive thing about the handbrakes
Yeah.
off thing. Like when you're watching a game that has real attacking momentum and potential, you know it. It's easy
Mhm.
to see, right? No one has to interpret it for you. No one has to tell you what you're seeing. Like there's that excitement in the game. There's the movement. You see
Yeah.
the ball moving quickly. You see the players moving. That's what
Like-
we've been asking for.
yeah,
Mhm.
like I want to see my eyes telling me we are playing well, not somebody telling
we're
me
balling.
but
Yeah.
but the XG was 3.0.
Not looking at stats. Thank
Right,
you.
exactly.
Yeah.
Your eyes will tell you. You know when your sinner should
My
be,
my IG should be seeing Utoju.
Good shot. So-
speaking of XG, we still have one of the most terrible open play XGs because our two goals came from corner.
From
I just want to
headers.
remind you of
Yes.
that. But
I mean,
Even
the
if
first
our
one
XG is
technically was at a
0.5
corner
and
goal, though.
and we win league, nobody cares.
No,
no,
the
but
first one
no.
technically a
The
corner
reason
goal.
why we care
Not
is
really.
because that's going to dry up eventually, and when that dries up, what are we going to score from?
Yeah,
But
it
we
is.
had chances in this game, so I'm going to put that to the side. I think we could have scored from other chances in this game.
Yeah,
So-
we did. Gyökeres had some. I think Gyökeres has kind of grown a little bit into the team. People kind of know where to look
Oh,
for
yeah.
him. There were some balls down the channels where he ran. There's the one where
Yeah.
he got the in the box where he tried to kick and then slipped.
the one that got deflected off.
And
Oh, the
Yeah,
one that,
yeah.
that he slid.
He needs to
His-
change
yeah.
his boot sponsor because that's rubbish. This is not the first time that the guy has slipped in the box. It's happened like multiple times now. I think he had one in like the Liverpool game too. Same thing. He was in the
But
box
this
and then
is
slipped.
is reducing in frequency. So let's hope that it
Yeah.
finally reduces to zero.
Yeah,
Yeah. And then the
Get-
goal.
getting used to the English grounds.
Are you talking about their goal?
Yeah, let's talk about their goal.
Gabriel needs to get a fine for that goal.
Our
First
Gabriel?
of all,
Yes,
we go.
yes,
Let's go back
yes.
to Mosquera.
Yeah,
Was
let's start from the
there-
mascara. Yeah.
It happens, man. It happens. It happens, man.
I mean, yes,
No,
you
but
shouldn't miskick it, but
I'm
it
not
happens.
saying it doesn't happen, but that kind of tells you that he was feeling the pressure because it now goes
Correct.
to you now go and understand why he was taken out of the firing line in the second half because Arteta saw that was happening and he was getting to him.
Well,
Like, the
not that
emotions
that
of
was
the game was
happening, but
getting
that
to him.
happened.
And they were coming down his
Because-
side a lot.
You could. That was really the only mistake that he made that I saw anyway.
But
The
I
whole
mean,
first half.
that's probably the only mistake he has made since he came into the team, since that Liverpool game. He has been pretty consistent. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll give him a solid 8 on 10 most of the time.
But there's
So,
something that
there's
Arteta
something-
saw
Yes, that's
that
so.
he did not like.
And I don't think it's tactical because, I mean, him and Saliba,
it's-
you can say Saliba moves the ball quicker, but I don't
It
think that
does.
that's why he came
I
in.
think it was more of the emotional aspect was getting to him. Like
I agree.
Mhm.
Again, Tyneside, it's not the easiest place. The noise, the crowd noise alone
Exactly.
is enough to make anyone feel nervous, especially a young player like that. So the game getting to him, that's understandable.
He
So,
will learn.
Gabriel,
Yes,
Yeah,
he
Gabriel-
needs
he
to
needs-
be
he needs
to
a
be
fine.
fined for that goal.
Yeah.
He does.
he
He does.
vindicated himself, though. He
No,
has a
so,
penalty.
I
at
mean,
goal.
still.
we'll get to that, but come on now. Like, they
He
literally
saw-
touch you
he-
and then...
I
No,
think he
the thing is,
expected more.
He knew he wasn't going to get the
He
ball.
wasn't gonna get
He
to
had
the
already-
ball,
He had
yeah.
misjudged the flight of the ball, and he was
So
just
it's
he was
so a
basically
lot
trying
of the
to
times
save.
when you're on
He was
defense,
trying
it's
to
not
save
about getting
face
to the
at that
ball.
point.
No, it's
Trying
not
to
about
save
getting to
face
the ball.
and save
It's
us-
about
save us a
throwing the attacker off the ball.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's not.
I
It's not
feel
every
like
ball you're going to get to.
No.
I
You
feel
can't
like
win
when the
everything.
ball
But you
But
put
you
his
have to
body on
jump-
that
you have
striker,
to
so he
jump
misses his header or whatever it is that he's trying
Yeah.
to do.
You have
So
to
that going
jump
down there
within-
was just
within-
why? That was a free header.
yeah. He made it.
I-
he made it too easy for the guy.
he made it too easy.
Right, he made it too easy. That's the
Yeah.
problem.
I think that he thought he knew that he wasn't going to get to the ball, and he felt a little bit of a touch. He expected maybe more, so it's like I'm just going to try to buy it. Of course,
Right.
sometimes
we're
that
not
doesn't
talking.
happen.
We're not talking about this as a Gabriel thing. If he challenges and Voldemort still scores, we don't
Yes.
care about
then
that.
that
right?
one you
Yeah.
are beating.
Guy's tall,
Yes.
Yeah, that one you are
Sheesh.
beating. That's different. But
Yeah, he's
this
tall.
one
Yeah,
was
guys,
literally
6'6".
free because you literally fell down and left him free to score. Like, come on now.
I think that guy's like 6'7".
6'6". I think they said 6'6".
Yeah.
6'6". Okay.
And the
Oh yeah,
comment
it's
is
Dan Burns is 6'7". Yeah. Yeah.
So let's I think we kept the pressure on, which was very nice to see. Our heads didn't go down. We kept on. We kept moving the ball. We had the Eze shots. I mean, we fought through. I'll give it to the boys. And then I'm just gonna fast forward a little bit and talk about our goal. So
Can we talk about the subs before that?
Yeah.
And-
Okay.
And
Yeah, yeah.
and
yeah, they were kind of crucial to that.
yeah. The subs were very crucial to that. That's more handbrakes off. It was kind of like Arteta is like, we're away at this tough place, but we're still going to try and fight for this thing.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
was extremely impressed with that. I was like,
It's like,
let's go and fight for this. I
who's
didn't have
this
hope.
guy?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't have
I
hope.
was
didn't
giving
think-
up. I was giving up.
I had
already.
given up, but I was like, at least let's try, right? Let's put it out
I
there. See
gave
what
up.
we can
I
do.
gave up too. I think I gave up at like 80th minute. I was like, man, this is not happening.
Didn't you miss the goal?
Yeah.
I think you missed the goal, right?
I missed the goal. I was at work, but I missed both of them. I had to watch.
Yeah, I watched the game in two trenches. I watched the first half and the middle of the second half. I was like, man, I can't take this. But there was still a certain level of excitement because the boys were playing well. I felt like even if we lost the game, I'd have come out being like, you know what, there's been some kind of improvement in how we're playing. And if Arteta can keep that up, I was like, man, new manager, who is this? Like with the subs, bringing Merino on for
Calafari. I think it was.
Calafari.
Yeah.
Of course, defensive for another attacking guy, and then we also brought in Odegaard, right?
Attacking in
Mhm.
quotes.
Right. When
In quotes.
yeah, when it got to the 80th minute and seeing how we're playing and we were trying or whatever, there was some pride in there, and I was like, at least the story is not Arteta's formation or Arteta not going for it. We can say the story is the refereeing of the game, because really that was huge influence on the game for me more than anything else. But I was like, at least we're still trying or whatever.
Yeah.
And
So both of them came in. Intensity went up some more. I mean, Odegaard, Arteta Junior, Odegaard had some amazing touches. I know we're kind of talking a little bit ahead.
I mean, that guy's passing. Oh
Yeah,
my
that
God.
pass
His
to MLS.
vision.
That pass to
That pass to
MLS.
MLS.
MLS
Oof.
messed that thing off. That was a
It
one-time
took
pass.
too long on that ball.
across-
It took too
It
long
was
on
a
that ball.
one-time cross across the post, across the face
You
of
remember
goal.
the
I would
Eze
have-
one time
I would have been a
I
tap
think
in.
the
to-
defender
to
did better. Did
Gyökeres?
good. I think the
That's
defender.
exactly
Yeah,
what he should have done.
one time, he took too many touches.
Yeah.
If he had squared it one time, remember like how Eze did for
Yeah, is it
that
to Gyökeres?
Gyökeres
Yeah,
goal?
that was it one
Yes,
Mhm.
one time. If he had done the same thing, it would have been a goal.
I think I think the defender actually did a good job there
No,
because
he
time.
he closed
he
it down.
did, but
Yeah.
he only had the time because MLS took too much time with
MLS
the
took,
ball.
yeah.
to get there.
So you
Well,
know.
but it's good to see our captain back. Hopefully, he can keep that form because with
No,
this
he's-
new
he's
haircut,
feeling
I
the
guess
pressure.
new haircut, new bounce.
He needs to
Right,
be
feeling the
benched
pressure.
more.
But
here-
Eze is
here-
right
you're
there.
right. No, here's the thing about Odegaard, though. As a 10, he's not a beat the defender, creative type thing. He
He's a
he
pass.
kills
He's
with
a
is
pass.
about the pass. He's
Mhm.
purely
Yeah.
about the pass. And once he has that vision back and that
All those
confidence to
re-
actually
easy
try those
reverse
passes
passing.
again, that's what we need.
But I also feel like he had settled a little too much and got a little too comfortable in that position,
Comfortable.
and
Yep.
his game started to
Even
dip.
Saka to me is
But
a comfortable
with-
player
with-
in that
yes,
squad.
Saka has become too comfortable. But with Eze coming in and seeing the way Eze played, Odegaard now knows he has to step up. That game has to step up. You can't keep playing the way you've been playing.
Yeah, that's the whole point of a big squad, the competition. Let everybody
Yeah.
compete for their
Bench him
shirts.
more often, and then you see performances like that.
So Marino again to the rescue. Fantastic header from midfielder or from a DM, quote unquote.
No, that's
It was a beautiful
Okay.
header.
Yeah,
No, it was.
And
That's not that deep.
Casey is now going to tell us Marino scored again. Why didn't he
Thank
start?
you very
Right?
much.
That's all right.
Thank-
That's
No, I
what
won't
Casey's
go that
going to
far.
tell us.
I won't go that far and say why did he start. why did he come earlier? Why did they bring him on earlier?
No.
The
He came in
point
at the
is,
right time.
Marino came in at exactly the time he needed to come in, and he did exactly what we needed him to do. He doesn't need to be starting. He doesn't need to be playing alongside Rice.
Yeah, no, I agree. And then after that, what do we have? We had the goal, and then Zubimendi. Also, you had Zubimendi, and then you had
Yes, Women
Martinelli
came
in. Actually,
Yeah.
no, sorry. So Merino came in with Martinelli for Calafiori and Saka, and then
Mhm.
Odegaard came in the 82nd minute for Zubi, which
Zubi, yeah.
again I was like, Arteta.
He's right.
because
Who
he
is?
went because he started playing as a deep line playmaker.
Deep line playmaker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which kind of worked out fine because we had more of the possession at that time. We're still, holding on to possession.
And it was
quite
at,
Maybe
it was at
that's
that
his
point
new
that
role.
he chased he had that chase down for the
Yeah.
ball on the counter attack. That was really good for me. That was like
You
it
mean
was giving me
Rice?
Saliba vibes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rice to me.
Yeah. Chase the
Rice to
attacker
me
down and
was-
get that ball.
Yeah, it was make or break. Arteta knew this was a make or break game, right? And it was like
we had
you know,
we had to claw back those points.
we
I
would
can't
have
say-
been happy with one
No,
after 80 minutes.
Well, after
I-
80 minutes, yes, I would have been happy with one.
Yes,
Yeah.
because
But-
if you notice, he, after those all offensive subs, after we scored the goal, that's when he brought Luis Kelly in.
Yeah.
Because it's like, we're maybe too exposed in the back. Let's just try and hold this draw.
Speaking of, and we did the same thing against Man City at home. This is away at Newcastle. We need to quit with the celebrations after scoring an equalizing goal, and in
Mhm.
games that we're supposed to be trying
Show
to go
some
for the win.
hunger.
Yeah,
no,
we
but
need
this
to
one,
show-
I
No,
think
but
they kind of
Rice-
curtailed the celebration.
Yes,
on this
Rice,
one, though.
after he scored a goal, Rice went and said,
Rice
let's go
actually-
back this time.
yeah.
I'm talking about Marino himself. Marino was
Oh,
still
yeah,
running
yeah,
to the
yeah.
side to
Marino
go.
was trying to kiss it.
Yeah, like what are you
All
doing?
the
He was just happy
haters.
to be
No,
scoring.
I was talking to
Like,
his haters.
Go get the ball. We gotta go play. Like, all that celebration after we scored an equalizer. Like, we should be wanting to win. We shouldn't be happy. We shouldn't be celebrating the world because we.
But the thing is,
scored an equalizer.
sometimes the emotions just take you. As when you've been like trying, it's like, and then you finally get that breakthrough. The emotions just overtake you. So that's one thing. But at least they have somebody like Rice to like rein them back.
Yeah, rein them back in.
Yeah.
Good job for a captain like material. So, and then we talk
To
about.
me, that should be our captain.
I think he's one of the people in the leadership
Forget
group,
all
whatever.
these
Arteta
captains.
calls
But
it.
he's like
Yeah,
number
yeah,
4
yeah.
or 5
No,
on the pecking order. Anyway.
No, because they say it's democracy, which so the players voted. For me, I think Rice is a good candidate. I think Gabi is a better candidate, if you ask me personally.
Yes. I actually agree with Gabby being a better candidate.
I'll take that.
Gabby shows the heart, right? He
Yeah.
can like he wants to push and he's always hungry. He shows that and he can kind of inculcate that in the rest of the team.
I'm
somehow.
surprised he's like number 3 on the pecking order, but you know.
Yeah. So let's talk the last goal. I think we needed that. And then again at Newcastle, like it's one of those we haven't had as Arsenal. We haven't had one of those in a while. I saw a stat somewhere. If I can find it here, I'll find it. But it's kind of amazing. Okay, so this was the second. This was the second latest that Arsenal have trailed in a Premier League game and gone on to win in the 84th minute. After and the guess the previous one, that was a 3-1 win over Norwich in April 2013, and it was Mikel Arteta that actually scored in the 85th minute. So we never lose a game when we score first, right? Statistically, well, in the last few years, and then to see the other side of this at Newcastle, I don't know. What do you think, Diesel? How did you feel? Finally,
well, seeing as I missed the goals, I was very happy reading the text messages. But because I had already switched off. I switched off at 1-0. I think it was 80 at the 80th minute. I already accepted that this was going to be a rant. this podcast was going to be more of a rant.
I was preparing for Femi's
I was
mouth.
preparing. I was preparing for Femi, exactly. Femi,
it wasn't going to be that bad. If we lost this game,
there was going to be vitriol. So
it wasn't going to be that
as there
bad.
should be. As there should be. Yes.
The reason why
Oshoke's opening statement would have been Arteta out.
Arteta actually went for it.
See,
yeah.
So it wouldn't have been as bad as the City game or any other game where you could see that he was being overly conservative.
He had no choice though. Yeah, he had to go for it though.
God,
he had to go for it.
Did.
I mean, he could have played what he played the last game.
Yeah. No,
he could have.
Let's put it this way. Let's put it this way. If you already started without Merino on the field, how can you now go to a defensive?
He had no choice but to go for it.
When you're already losing, you have no choice but to go for it. Yeah. So I was overjoyed, man, for real. Like I've been smiling since Sunday, and it doesn't matter.
I was watching with my kid, like both of us, he watches games with me every once in a while. Like, and seeing that excitement on his face when we equalized and sharing that with him, like as far as bonding moments goes, like daddy and son or whatever, like that was huge for me.
So cute.
But the thing is, like they've banned me in this house because like I scream, like I'm like you should have heard the screaming, and my daughter comes to me like, "Daddy, you're scaring me again." I know. No. She came to me one day. She's like, "I know whenever Arsenal is playing because that's when you be screaming like this or whatever." And so like so like it's our running joke in the house now that I scare her every time. So I almost brought the roof down because I was like, finally, like this is what we want to see. We needed that. I needed that.
Screw you, wins.
We definitely did.
This is like the best weekend I've had in a while. Like,
I don't know.
No, think about it. Like all our opponents lost.
Slightly unrelated note, the Ravens didn't make it good, but
we don't care about Ravens. This is
not on this show.
Well, we do, but not on this show.
But not on this show.
That's what I say. No, unrelated note. It wasn't the best weekend I've had in a while.
Yeah. But before we go, before we wrap up here and get this episode out, just want to talk a little bit about standout players. I think that our right back is underrated.
Timber.
Man, I don't think he's underrated anymore.
At people,
man of the match.
Down.
Man of the match to me, Timber.
He is relentless.
And he does it so quietly and so effectively that you might miss it if you're not.
It seems normal now. It seems normal. Nobody passes that guy.
I think he's probably the best right back in the league right now.
Yeah.
I don't know who's better. Who's better?
He may very well be actually.
There hasn't been any,
who's better?
There's no standout. There's no other standout. There's no standout person in the whole league at right back.
Yeah.
Right.
solid
is going to get
defensive.
a hard time getting back into this team.
No, he's done.
Yeah.
He's cop and he's going to be cop and other things.
See,
Yeah,
And,
even
and
offense.
when
the
it's, and when it's
problem
time
with
to
Ben
rest
White is
Timber.
even when he's in the team, he can't stay there for long because he gets injured.
Yeah.
Uh,
But I love our right back. I know we've given all the accolades to Eze. We've talked about Gyökeres, talked about Martin coming in and changing the game. But I just wanted us to give a shout out to Timber.
Mr. Consistency.
Yeah,
That-
Mr.
that's it.
Consistency, indeed.
Mhm.
Any word on Noni? Any prognosis on how long he'll be out?
Man,
I haven't
don't even
heard
know.
anything
They
yet.
said a couple months, right? Like 2
Yeah, I
months.
think they're keeping it
Yeah.
close. I think they're keeping it close. But who knows? We'll see.
We heard 2 months.
Okay.
We are not giving Eze enough credit because him starting that game was what gave us our attacking momentum, as far as
Yeah.
I'm concerned.
Yeah.
The
So,
creativity, beating the player,
creativity-
laying the
the
passes.
and then him actually being the trigger on the press.
Yeah.
I mean, I
He's
can't say
definitely-
enough about that.
He's definitely working on his fitness because you have to be in top shape to do that. And we don't give Odegaard enough credit for that. But he is a fit person. Like when he plays, he does that for 90 minutes or as long as he's in the game.
Mhm.
Nobody else
Okay.
can keep that up for that long.
Yeah. Now,
Okay.
now the question is, how long do we have the handbrake off for?
Until the next big team. That's
And
after
that's when-
after this
Yeah.
performance, there is no way you put the handbrake back on.
So we
It'll
have a
surprise you.
game. We have a game on Wednesday against Olympiacos, and we have West Ham on Saturday. So I want to hear from you guys your match prediction and your hot take for Olympiacos, and then we'll do West Ham later. So Olympiacos,
Odegaard to start.
match prediction and hot take.
Olympiacos, are we playing home or away? It's home,
We
right?
are playing at home. Yes.
3-1.
Okay, if we're playing home, I would say we're giving them 3-0. Dowman to start.
Okay.
My
I
hot
say
take for the
3-1.
my-
Odegaard to start.
Yeah, my hot take is the same as my prediction for the Olympiacos game. It's going to be a draw. We're not going to win that game. Just riding off of the emotions on Sunday. There's going to be a lot going on, and
Femi, we win these 2 games. I'm telling you.
yeah.
So
it
so
feels-
my bold prediction is
Hold on.
3-1 and
Let Femi give us his hot take.
oh yeah. Sorry,
yeah,
sorry.
it feels like a trap game. The Olympiacos game feels like a trap game. We win West Ham 3-0 on the weekend after we recover.
So after we draw against Olympiacos.
Correct.
Okay.
So wait.
You want
so
to put
what-
money on that because I'm definitely going to eat well this weekend.
No, my
All right,
bold
so wait,
prediction is
Femi,
3-1.
Femi, what's your hot take?
Yeah, what's your hot take?
That we're gonna draw.
That's
against
Oh.
hot take.
Olympiacos. That's my hot take.
Okay. And then okay.
I'm calling 3-1 for us against Olympiacos. Gyökeres with a brace. And 2-0 against West Ham.
Okay, Olympiacos is not scoring a single goal. I'm telling you this. They are not going to score.
I don't want them to score, but I think 3-1.
I
What
agree
was
with
your
you.
West-
I agree with you, Namdi. Olympiacos is not going to score a single goal.
But
we
we're not
also
gonna
disagree
score
you're not
either.
going to score.
And neither are we.
Dude, there's no way we draw 0-0 with anybody in this league. We're not drawing. We either lose or we win.
All
We're
right,
not
so
drawing
Shoki-
0-0. There will be goals every time we play.
so,
Like that's
Shoki-
going to be that's my hot take for the season.
that we're not
Arsenal
gonna-
will not play any 0-0
No
game
goalless
going
games.
forward. No goalless game going forward.
All right, Shoki, what do you say your West Ham score was again?
2-0.
Okay. And Femi, what was your West Ham score? Sorry.
3-0. 3-0.
Okay.
We win that game. We win that game easy.
Femi,
Arsenal, West
Dizo.
Ham 3-0, and Olympiacos 3-0.
Okay, that's bold.
Don't forget my Gyökeres brace against
Yeah, I got
Olympiacos.
Gyökeres base.
Yeah.
So Dalman to start. All right. So
Saka scores in the West Ham game on the weekend.
You better
That's
start
it.
scoring, man. He needs to be.
He needs to start scoring.
Fitness.
He gets his goal to come back and start feeling better on the weekend.
Yeah, because he's been playing like he's still not 100%. Like he's not fit.
And that's okay. He's coming back from injury. I think that's okay. Like, give him time. He'll get into the game, and we have the squad to absorb that.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
cope without him being 100%. So
Right.
that's a good thing.
So
Doesn't
just to
that
be
just feel
different,
good to say?
just to be different for West Ham, I'll say we go 4-0 and Eze has 2 goals. And for Olympiacos, Dauman scores 3-0. That's my
Is
hot
he
take.
scoring the 3 goals?
No, one goal. One goal. Sorry.
Not only does Dauman play, Dauman scores.
Dauman
in that game
scores.
too.
Yep, Olympiacos.
Did he play? Did he play against Port Vale? I don't remember.
He did. He came in as a sub.
He did.
I believe he
Okay.
came in.
Okay.
Yeah.
The thing you guys are forgetting is that Arteta takes Champions League games as Premier League games, so that man
That's
is
what-
not going to start.
No, he won't. I'm not saying he will start. He will play.
I think Femi said he will start.
I said he would
Doesn't-
start.
No. I was
Oh,
asking.
yeah.
I was
I
asking.
said
Yeah,
he-
no,
I said he
Jesus said he
will
will start.
But when I think about it, he will play second half.
yeah, it's going to be similar to the weekend lineup that starts.
Olympiacos is
The only
actually
difference
top
is
of
maybe
the-
Odegaard comes
Actually,
in for Eze.
I'll leave it as he will start. That is my hot take.
that he will
That
start.
one to start.
Mm.
So yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Yeah,
Okay.
that lineup, I see it as Odegaard and Saliba coming for Eze and Mosquera.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
We'll
I
see.
think that's it. We're 50 minutes in. I think we can wrap this up now, get this podcast out. Thanks again for listening to us, Gunpowder Banter. Subscribe, like on YouTube. We're also on Instagram. And you can also follow us on Spotify or iTunes podcast. So I'm going to let our co-hosts say bye for themselves this time around. So starting from you, Femi, your last words and your farewells to our guests for tonight.
This weekend is one of those weekends where it feels good to be an Arsenal fan again. So, as you can see, I'm happy.
Oh, yes.
We have our Arsenal back. Arteta
if-
5-year contract.
If only for
Hold
one
on,
weekend.
hold on,
If only for one weekend, right?
Arteta in.
Yeah.
Arteta in the golf cart.
Yeah, Arteta exactly in the golf cart on hold for right now.
All right, Namdi, last words and
That was my last word. Though. We've got the
Okay.
Arsenal back.
all right, Oshoke.
See, I'm just happy that I can see the hunger again and the fight to win, not just the fight to draw. So that's it for me.
All right, that's all from us tonight, and that's all from Oshoke for now. So we'll catch you guys on the next episode of Gunpowder Banter. Have a great one, and talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Inshallah.